First, there was Simple. Then, there was Monacy. Now, it's Donk's time.
Maybe behind box.
Last guy's behind box.
One is. Let's go.
Oh, he's insane.
Okay, if you've been patiently waiting for the first CS2 major next March and not paying too close attention to what's going on across the scene, you might be wondering, what the hell is this Donk people keep talking about on Twitter? But Donk's not a what, but a who. And that who is a 16-year-old Russian pro who might be the next greatest player to touch the game. Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, we hear about these supposed prodigies all the time that never end up truly panning out. And that is true, and I thought the same thing. Just like in traditional sports, every year there's talk about who the next young prodigy will be. What kid is going to break into the scene and be the next Simple. And it does make sense. Listen, CS isn't so much a young man's game as it is a sweaty, cracked teens. But ever since the now 18-year-old Monacy captivated audiences with his jaw-dropping Tier 1 debut in 2022, it's been kind of quiet for the Wonderkin department. So people have been pretty starved for that next best thing, and understandably asking who will be Counter-Strike 2's first prodigy. Donk began popping up on professional databases back in 2021 at the ripe age of 14 while playing for Team Spirit Academy. But despite it being an academy, he was pretty hard to ignore.
Donk really needs to hold this, really needs to hold the line here. He's been spotted in at default. His barrel betrayed him, but he's able to hold on and win that first fight out. He probably gets traded here. Donk, oh my god! Donk with one hell of a hold!
And this past July, after their Tier 1 team was basically picked apart, Donk got his chance to play in the big leagues. And although these were mostly B-tier events at the end of CSGO's life when most people weren't really paying attention, Donk was popping the f off and was at the top of the leaderboards almost every single match.
Pause for play though, into B they go, not that 20-second mark. Magic has more time to work with flashes, blinding out the teammates, and Donk will find the kill as a result of it, make it 2 and 3! He's taken over this bomb site!
But it was with the transition to CS2 where Donk truly began to explode. He was pretty much everything you wanted to see in a young player. Aggression and pinpoint accuracy, with an emphasis on that pinpoint accuracy. Donk was so good at hitting heads that people started calling him Mini Scream. And this isn't just anecdotal. Event after event, his headshot percentage was staggering.
Oh, of course he is. He's always considering pushing the smoke, and sometimes it works out beautifully. This time, Donk has stopped him. All right. He sees red, and now they're dead. Pistol, everybody else on a rifle, and Donk, oh, I feel good about this entry for him, and he's got it. Nice little mechanical flick up to the head of Exit. Removes him, and safe, but he gets more of the same treatment.
Looking to defend. It's up for us though. No, it's the main man in position. Donk doing more work. That's 2 kills for him. Looking for a third. Oh, what can you do? None of them are even headshots from Donk. It's just clean, straight sprays from him. Triple kill for Donk. And could it be enough to push Spirit over the line? It's a Donk ace to win the map.
But we've seen this story before. There have been plenty of crack kids who blow up for a short period of time, but then fizzle out because they don't have the endurance, or get banned for match fixing. Headshots will only get you so far, and honestly, Scream was kind of the prime example of that. So despite all this talk of Donk being the next phenom, people were rightfully cautious. These could have been flash-in-the-pan performances that would fade away once the top teams found their footing in this new game. Which is true. CS2 is definitely still in this transitional period, and not every player is firing on all cylinders. I mean, hell, Simple isn't even playing right now. But last weekend, Donk did something pretty special. You see, part of the doubts against him were the fact that most of his performances were done online, and we've all seen what can happen to onliners before. But BetBoom Daka would be the first real chance for Donk to silence all those who didn't believe that he could pop heads the same way on LAN. But now I think it's fair to say that Donk did a lot more than prove people wrong.
Support up in heaven. Smoke, though, denies Jame.
Oh my god, with 1 bullet.
A nasty tap at a Donk, but remember, his gun is still empty, so if Art Frost goes down, Donk's got problems! Reloads there! Flit is hunting for some kind of a target. They've done a great job of keeping them heads down. Donk hits another headshot, and it's a bowling alley for Donk. Another one for Donk.
Oh my god.
3 from the platform. His pistol's gonna be the bane of his existence as he does finally get cleared out of the site, but Magix is here to try and hold to just push this over the line,
Oh my
and
God,
he
headshot.
gets it. The spam through the smoke, it's insult to injury. It is the first reverse sweep in a best-of-5 grand finals.
With a leading 1.31 rating, Donk led Spirit to winning DACA, his first big LAN event. And for his efforts, Donk was named MVP, at 16, the second youngest in CS history. And not everything was perfect. Donk's road to victory, hell, his entire road to where he is right now, hasn't been flawless, especially in this event when they faced VP. Donk seemed a bit lost against James' oppressive IGLing. But after falling 0-2 in the grand finals against VP, Donk, at the age of 16, somehow rallied and, as Luis Mira put it, found his footing when his team needed him the most. Now listen, Bet Boom DACA is not your ESLs or IEMs, so Donk still has a lot to prove. But this kid keeps shocking people event after event, so the hype is definitely deserved. He's only 16, so there's going to be a lot of pressure going forward now that he's on so many people's radar, which can be scary for him. But on the other hand, at this age, it also means that he has the time to develop and grow into an even stronger player, which is scary for pretty much everyone else considering how nasty he already is. Is he the next m0NESY? Hell, is he the next ZywOo or Simple? Well, that's still up for debate. What is for sure is he's the one to be watching right now. And with a name like Donk, I couldn't be any happier. Like I said, like he hasn't really been fully tested against like the cream of the crop. Not to say that VP isn't the cream of the crop. They won a major. I don't know, but I am excited. I can't begin to explain how good of a name Donk is. Simple, Faker, Donk. In Donk we trust.